Hello once again, welcome to Mima's Crafts. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful handbag here, perfect for winter. Okay, so with this bag we're going to be crocheting using the alternating spike stitch. It's a very simple bag even for beginners, and it is neither small or big. It is the perfect size when you don't want a big bag or a small bag. Okay, so let's see what we're going to need for us to crochet this bag. You're going to need macrame. This is a 3mm cord macrame. Okay, you're also going to need this small metal ring here for the tassel. You're also going to need scissors, a tapestry needle. You're also going to need a 5mm crochet hook. You're also going to need stitch markers. I used about 7 of them. So this is what you're going to need. So let's begin. Okay, so I'm going to begin with a chain of 25. Okay, this is my crochet hook. This is my slip knot. Okay, so I'm going to do a chain of 25. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going to continue and come back with a chain of 25. Okay, so I now have a chain of 25. Okay, so now we're going to begin the first row. So I'm going to skip this first stitch here from the hook. Okay, and then I'm going to insert my hook into the next stitch, grab my yarn and then pull through. Okay, I'm going to work 1 single crochet, this one. Okay, and then I move on into the next chain, set my hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, then pull through into the next. So this is single crochet in US terms. Okay, so I'm working 1 single crochet in each chain up until all the chains are done. Okay, like that, into the next, like that. Okay, so I'm going to continue up until the row is done. Okay, so this is my first row of single crochet. Make sure that you crochet into the very last chain here. Okay, so now moving on to the next row, you chain 1 here at the end. This is a turning chain and does not count as a stitch. Okay, and then you turn. Okay, so from here onwards up until we finish the best, we'll be starting in the first stitch here. So I insert my hook, okay, below both loops like that, grab my yarn over and then pull through. So this is my first single crochet of row 2. Okay, so into the next single crochet again, into the third, 1 single crochet again. Okay, like this. So I'm just going to continue with this second row up until I'm here at the end. So I'm almost at the end here. Make sure you crochet into the very last stitch here. Okay, you should always maintain 24 stitches. Okay, so this is my second row and it's done. So again, moving on to the third row, you chain 1 and then you turn. Okay, so we're just going to continue repeating what we did with the second row up until we have 11 rows and then come back. Welcome back. So I now have 11 rows. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to put a stitch marker in the first stitch here. Okay, this one. So this is going to be our starting point because we're now going to be crocheting in rounds. Okay, so now here at the corner here, we want to crochet along the edges. Okay, up until we're back here. So at each corner we're going to be putting 2 single crochets. Okay, as well as this one and this one. So here already I've put 1 single crochet here. Since we're at a corner, I'm going to put another single crochet like this. Okay, so here at the sides here, I'll be putting 1 single crochet for each row. Okay, these are our rows. Okay, so here I've put this one, so the next row is this one. So just find somewhere to insert your hook along the edge and then do 1 single crochet. Okay, like that. And then for the next row, I'm going to insert here. Okay, like this. And then here, like this. So it's 1 single crochet for each row at the sides here. Okay, okay, so we're now at the end of this side. Okay, so here I'm going to insert my hook through this hole here. Okay, and since we are now at a corner, I'm going to put 2 single crochets. Okay, so I put another single crochet like that, and then I turn. So with this side, we'll be inserting our crochet hook into these holes here. Okay, let me show you. Okay, here. Like this. Here again. Okay, so I'm going to continue up until I'm at the end here, and I'm going to put 2 single crochets at this corner. Again, 1 single crochet for each row up until we're back here at the starting point. Welcome back. So I've done single crochet right round, and I'm now back at the starting point. At this point, you want to count the total number of your stitches and to make sure that they are odd numbers. The odd numbers are 71, 73, 75, and so on, and then even numbers are 70, 72, 74, and so on. I've counted mine and there are 70. Okay, but I want odd numbers. So what I'm going to do here is either you remove 1 stitch or you add 1 more stitch. Okay, so I'm just going to add 1 more stitch, and it is also going to help me to close this distance here. In the same stitch here, I'm just going to add 1 more. So if I'm to count them, they are now 71. Okay, so this is the base of our bag, and it's 11 centimeters width, and the length is about 25.5. Okay, so now we want to start crocheting the sides. So what we're going to do here is, if you turn your bag, we have these stitches here. We're going to be inserting our hook in the back loop only. Okay, so I'm going to remove this stitch marker here. So our first round is going to be single crochet, okay, in the back loop. So this is my first stitch. I'm going to insert in the back loop only. Okay, this one, and then do 1 single crochet like this. So I'm going to put the stitch marker here up until we finish our bag. Okay, so in the next stitch in the back loop, okay, 1 single crochet again in the back loop, sorry, 1 single crochet like that. Okay, like that. So I'm going to continue with 1 single crochet in the back loop like this right round up until we're back at the starting point. Welcome back. So I've done the first round of the sides. Okay, this one. So now I want to introduce another pattern. Okay, others call it the alternating spike stitch, the long single crochet, or the spike stitch. Okay, so here's what we're going to be doing. So this is the first stitch. Okay, so I'm going to insert my hook in the back loop, then do 1 single crochet in that stitch. Okay, I'm going to put back the stitch marker here, and then in the next stitch, okay, instead of inserting my hook here, I'm going to go around below. Okay, this is the current round that we're in, and this is the one that we just did. Okay, so I'm going to skip this part and then insert my hook here, pull up a long loop, okay, enough to be at the same height as this one, yarn over, and then do the normal single crochet like that. Okay, so this is the spike stitch, okay, or the long single crochet. So in the next stitch, I'm going to do the short one in the back loop, 1 single crochet like that, okay, and then in the following I'm going to do the long one. Okay, so I skip this part and then go around below, okay, pull up a long loop and over and then pull through, okay, like this. In the following, the short single crochet in the back loop in the next, okay, like that. So make sure that between the spike stitch you are leaving 1 stitch, okay, this one, okay, which corresponds to this one shorter one at the top, okay, as well as here, okay. So in the next one, 1 single crochet in the back loop, and then here a longer one, okay, like this. Okay, so I'm going to alternate the long and the short up until the round is done, and then let's meet back here. Welcome back. So this is my second round. Okay, you can see the spike stitches and then the single crochets in the middle. Okay, so here I'm left with 1 stitch, this one. So I wanted you to take note that if you start with a short single crochet, you always finish with a short one, okay. If you start with a spike stitch, make sure that you finish with a spike stitch. If you do know, that means somewhere along the round you made an error, okay. So here I just did a spike stitch, so this one is going to be a single crochet in the back loop. So this is my first stitch. Now I'm going to continue. Since I just did a short single crochet, this one is going to be a spike stitch. So I'm just going to repeat what I was doing. Instead of inserting my hook here, I'm going to go around below and then pull up a long loop and over and then pull through. So this is my first stitch of the 3rd round, okay. So now the one that was a spike stitch in the previous round is now a short one, okay, like this. And the one that was a short one, this one, is now a spike stitch. So instead of inserting my hook here, I'm going to go and insert here, okay, like this. Again, this one was a spike stitch, so now it's a short single crochet like this, okay. This one was a short single crochet, so now instead of inserting here, I'm going to go around below and pull up a long loop to make a spike stitch like that. So I'm just going to do this round. Let's be back here. Okay, welcome back. So almost at the end of the 3rd round. So remember, our first stitch was a spike stitch, and I said you should also finish with the spike stitch. So I'm left with this one last stitch here, and you can see that this one was a single crochet, okay. So this last one is going to be a spike stitch, okay. So I insert my hook here, pull up a long loop like that. So this is the pattern of our bag like this, okay. So now we have 3 rounds of the sides, okay. So you're just going to continue with the pattern, okay, up until we have 20 rounds and then come back. Welcome back. So I've done 20 rounds now, and the height of our bag is about 19 centimeters, and if you want, you can add more rounds if you want, okay. So now what we want to do here is we want to change the shape of our bag, okay. So here I'm going to take stitch markers, okay. So here, if you want to arrange our bag into a 4 corner like this, into a rectangle, okay, you find that we have 4 corners, okay, like this, okay. So here at the bottom here, our base, when we did the base, this side we had 24 stitches, and then this one here we had 11, as well as this one, as well as this one. Later on we added 1 more stitch, so that means the total number of our stitches is 71, okay. So now I want to put stitch markers at the corners of the bag, okay, so that we can change the shape of the bag, okay. So here this one here that is marking the starting point, I'm also assuming that it is at the first corner. But if yours is not at this first corner, just find a corner and then put another stitch marker, okay? And then leave this one. So I'm just going to take this one as my first stitch marker, and this one is also marking the starting point, okay? So this is my first corner here, okay? So I'm going to count 24 stitches beginning from this stitch here, okay? So that's 1, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so this is stitch number 24. But I'm going to put my stitch marker in the following stitch, okay? Like this, okay? And then I move to the side here. I'm going to count 11 stitches, okay? Beginning in that stitch with the stitch marker here, okay? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm going to put my stitch marker in the following stitch, okay? Like that. Then I'm going to do the same here. Remember, we have one extra stitch. Don't worry about that one, okay? So here again, I count 24 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24. I'm going to put my next stitch marker in this one, okay? So like this. So we now have 4 corners, okay? That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now what we want to do here is we want to join here like this, okay? And then we also want to do the same here, okay? So let's just continue with the pattern, okay, like we were doing before. Okay, so this is my first corner. I'm just going to remove it, and then here I'm going to do along the spike stitch, okay? And then I'm going to put back the stitch mark, okay? So I'm going to continue with the pattern, okay? And let's meet towards here. Okay, so I'm almost here at this stitch marker here. We have this one and this one, and we want to join these 2 points. So here, let me just crochet into the following here. This one, that's single crochet in the back loop. So you find that here, this next stitch is going to be a spike stitch, okay? And then in this stitch, it's going to be single crochet in the back loop. So that's fine, okay? So you don't want to have a case whereby this one is a spike stitch and then this one is a spike stitch, okay? If this one is going to be a spike stitch, then this one should be single crochet in the back loop, okay? So that we don't cause an error in our pattern, okay? So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this, okay? And then I'm going to put a spike stitch here, okay, like this, okay? So I'm going to skip all of the stitches, okay? And then I'm going to come in this stitch here. I just did a spike stitch, so that means my next stitch is going to be single crochet in the back loop, okay? So I'm going to remove the stitch marker here like this, and then in this stitch I'm going to insert my hook, and then I'm going to do single crochet in the back loop like this, okay? So it should come out like this, okay? So I turn my bag. In the following stitch, it's going to be a spike stitch. In the next, single crochet in the back loop. In the next, spike stitch. So I'm just going to continue, okay? Let's meet in the stitch. Okay, so I'm now here at this next stitch marker here. So in this next stitch here, I'm supposed to put single crochet in the back loop, okay? So in the stitch that we're supposed to join here, it's also single crochet in the back loop, and it's not supposed to be like that, okay? It's supposed to be single crochet in the back loop and then spike stitch, or spike stitch followed by single crochet in the back loop. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to crochet here in the stitch, single crochet in the back loop, okay, in here, okay? So instead of joining in the stitch, I'm going to come and join in this one, okay? I just did single crochet in the back loop, so my next stitch is going to be a spike stitch. So this stitch here before this one, okay, is going to be a spike stitch. So I'm just going to come here and then insert my hook and join with a spike stitch here. Okay, like that. So you can see that we have folded the corners inside like this. Okay, so here I'm just going to continue with the pattern. In the next stitch, it's going to be single crochet in the back loop. Okay, remember this is also the starting point, so remember to put back the stitch marker up until we finish the back, but these ones we no longer need them. Okay, so here I'm just going to continue with the pattern. Okay, let's meet towards this corner here. Welcome back. So I'm here where we joined. Okay, so you'll find that this one here we just joined here. This is a spike stitch, so I'm going to put a single crochet in the back loop. Okay, like this. Okay, then the following stitch, okay, it's going to be a spike stitch like that. Okay, so this is the point where we joined. Okay, so we're just crocheting on top like that, and then we're just going to continue with the pattern. Okay, so let's continue and meet this other side. Okay, so I'm at this other corner here and we're about to finish the round. So here, this one here is a spike stitch. Okay, so just go on and do the spike stitch. Okay, the following, this one is a single crochet in the back loop like that. Okay, and our round is complete. Okay, so this is our back so far. So now we're going to do the last round, which is going to be slip stitch. Okay, so this is the first stitch. I'm going to insert my hook below both loops like this, grab my yarn, pull it through, and then I'm going to pull it through again. Okay, so that's my first slip stitch, just to give our bag a nice edge. Okay, in the following stitch, slip stitch. Okay, in the next, slip stitch like that. Okay, so I'm just going to go on right round up until we're back here at the starting point. Okay, so I've done slip stitch right round. Okay, so here I'm at the end of our round. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to remove the stitch marker here. Then I'm going to insert my hook in the back loop, then join with a slip stitch like that. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this off and then fasten it off. Okay, then we'll come back to put the handles. Okay, welcome back. So now I want to do the handle. Okay, so here I'm going to leave a tail of about 50 centimeters long, this one. Okay, then I'm going to start crocheting here. So I'm going to make a slip knot here. Okay, like that. So we have this tail here. We're going to use it later when joining to the back. Now I'm going to do two chains. That's one and then two. Okay, so that's 1, 2. Okay, so I'm going to set my hook into the second chain and over, then pull through. Okay, like this. So I'm going to turn. You'll find that we have this one here, the peak of the chain, and then this one. So I'm going to turn like this. Okay, and then I'm going to insert my hook here. Okay, turn over, pull through the first loop like that, and over again, then pull through the next loop like this. Again, I'm going to turn like this. So now I'm inserting my hook into these two loops here. Okay, they may be a bit stiff. Okay, into the next one like that, so that you have 3 loops like this, and over, pull through the first 2 loops like that. You're left with 2 loops, and over again, pull through the next 2 loops. Okay, I'm going to turn again. Okay, these are the 2 loops that we are inserting into. Okay, again I insert my hook into those 2 loops like that. I have 3 loops, and over, pull through the first 2 loops, and over again, pull through the next 2 loops. Okay, so these are the loops that we're inserting our hook. So you turn, okay, like this, and then insert again into these loops. So just going to continue like this. It's also called a Romanian cord. Okay, okay, again I turn, okay, okay, so you just continue turning up until you have a longer cord. Okay, like that, and then pull through. You can see this is our cord so far. So you're just going to continue, okay, up until you have a cord that is about 45 centimeters long. Okay, so let's do that and then come back. Welcome back. So I now have this cord here, and it is about 45 centimeters long. Okay, like that. Okay, so here at the end here, what you just do is you just pull through. So cut here and leave another 50 centimeters here, and then cut. Okay, I'm just going to pull this through. This is a bit long. I'm just going to cut. Okay, so we have our cord like this with the tails here, 2 tails. Okay, so now we want to join this onto our bag. Okay, so this is our bag, and I've already joined the other side like this. Okay, so what we're going to do here is you're going to lay your bag flat. Okay, put 1 stitch marker at the end here. So you count the total number of your stitches. I've got 51. So from here I counted 26 stitches, and then I put another stitch marker here. So this other side I have 25 stitches, and this other side I have 26, because we have 51. Okay, don't worry about the extra stitch. The 26 one doesn't matter. So now I have these 2 points here. What I'm going to do here is, from this stitch I'm going to count 6 stitches and then put a stitch mark. Okay, so that's 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, and then again from here I'm going to start in this side. 1 2 3 4 5 6, like that. Okay, so now we're going to put our handle here. Okay, so here I take this and then insert into my tapestry needle. 1 tail. Okay, like that. Okay, so just make sure that your handle is not twisted as we join it here. Okay, so here I'm going to count 6 rounds down. Okay, so that's 2 4 6. So this is going to be point where I'm going to put my handle like that. Okay, okay, like this. So now 2 4 6. Okay, so I'm going to insert my needle, then pull it inside. Okay, so just find some way to insert your needle. I'm going to pull it just on the side here. Okay, so we'll be inserting our hook on these loops at the sides here. Okay, these ones. So here at the beginning I'm just going to insert one here, Okay, like that. So make sure that your handle is straight as you attach it. Then okay, so it's like if you do the side, you come and do the side. So now again, I bring the needle slightly above, like that. Okay, so I come here. These are the loops. Okay, this one's on the sides, so I'm going to insert from below like this. Okay, and then I'm going to okay, and then again like this. Sorry. So here we just did this one. So I come here. Now come this side. Just find somewhere to insert your needle. Okay. So we come this side. Insert into the next loop like that. And then back to the bag. I hope this is visible enough. We come this side again into the next loop, this one. And then back into the bag. Okay, go the other side. So you'll be going up as you join the handle. So here, I move on to the next loop. This one. And back to the bag. Okay. Just make sure that it is straight. And then here, to the other side, into the next loop, like this. And then back to the bag. Okay, so I'm just going to continue joining. Okay, then let's come back after finishing this side. Okay, so I've joined my handle and it's firm enough now. So here at the top, you just fasten off your thread by hiding it here. Okay, so I'm just going to fasten this off. Okay, so inside here, and then we'll come back and join this other side. Okay, so this side again, I take the needle and then insert the tail, the other tail that we left earlier on, like this. And here I'm going to come here along the stitch marker and we're going to count 6 stitches, 2 4 6. So somewhere here, okay, it should be in line. So again, I'm going to join like we did this side. So I'm just going to join this side and then come back. Welcome back. So I now have my two handles, this one, so we no longer there's stitch markers here, and our bag is almost done. So with this bag you can put a magnetic clasp here, or you can attach a zipper here. I'll do another tutorial on how to attach a zipper to a bag like this one. Here I think we just need to add a tassel. If you don't want, it's still fine. You can just use the bag as is. Okay, you can even put a button here. Okay, so this is the other side. Okay, so I'm just going to put a tassel here. Okay, so this is our bag. Okay, and it is done. Okay, thank you for watching Mima's Crafts. Please do like, comment and share, and also don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.